I know, I can't clap at the moment because I've actually broken 3 fingers, fractures and stuff from playing soccer. But, go with the intro. What to do, Alpaca Crew? Today, we're reviewing the legendary, one and only, best drone ever released, in my opinion, from the ads. For the sweet price of $700, including a spare battery, you can get a drone that is, in my opinion, a better drone than DJI's Mavic Air and Mavic Pro. Not the Mavic Pro 2, that sensor is. So I recently ordered this drone. It actually didn't take that long to come, but I did have to pre-order it, so I think that was the bit that took the longest throughout all of this stuff, and I got a spare battery because it's a drone. You can't have more fun than that. It's made by Exami, and they've come out with a new line called Fimi. They used to have a brand line called the Mi drone, and that ended after it came out with the Mi drone, which recorded in 1080p as the top resolution, and the Mi drone 4K, which, as you may have guessed it, had a top frame rate of 4K and 60 frames per second, which was a great drone, although I had a system glitch in mine and I could never get it fixed by the guys who sold it to me. So that sort of was a disadvantage, and I've been out of flying drones for a few months now. I would have publicly liked to fly that drone and also review it, but I just didn't get the time, and the drone itself had the glitch when I started to come up with these review videos. But apart from that system error, that was a great drone, and I would recommend it to anyone who is looking for a drone. The only thing is, it's not portable at all. So to fix that problem, the Fimi line has come out with the Fimi A3, which is a better version of the Spark, with a built-in screen to the remote, and this drone. Now here, for scale, is what the battery looks like. It's just a plain white box with a picture of a battery that looks like a Mavic battery. Upon pulling it out with the struggle of having broken fingers, this is the scale to size of my hand. It's actually heavier than what you would think it was, and they're actually smart batteries, so they'll tell you your percentage. So at the moment this has 3 out of 4 dots. Banggood, which are the people who I ordered it off this time, also threw in an adapter for our Australian walls, which I've much obliged, greatly appreciated. By the way, box, no one needs that. This is the box of the Fimi X8 SC edition, I do believe. It's got a little sticker on here for opening it. It's also got that picture on the back of the drone folded up, and this picture on the front with its features and the drone unfolded. Now in shipping, I'm guessing it's had this little bump in the box. It's barely noticeable, but I hope that's caused no damage to the drone itself. I'm very picky and might send it back if it does. From initially inspecting the box, it's just got the Mi logo there, plain white there, Mi logo there, Fimi logo, sorry, and a tear in the box there. I don't think I've got any other choice but to open this thing up. So, much easier than my last openings. I also opened up this but barely realised. Let's see what we get in the box. I'll be slightly tilting it like this. You've got, sketchy shoulder. Probably a better way to do this, Lou from Unbox Therapy. I'm sure that your setup works great, but I've got the one camera setup. So right here, you got the drone folded up with no battery in it, the battery, the remote itself, which you'll get to see later, props, charger cable, charger, a instruction manual ×2, and the download code for the app. Just a QR code, no one really uses them, but little does people know is they can use their phones for that. Then for inspection of the box, it's actually a really high quality box from my opinion, especially for a drone. You've got basically this setup. You've got the remote here, drone here, batteries installed on the drone, and there are 3 bars on the drone. There's also a scratch on the battery. I'm not going to comment on that too much. Not a huge deal. I think it's more there used to be a sticker there. So you got 1 instruction manual, 2 instruction manuals. As per usual, no one actually wants these. People who saw my latest review on the Umidigi A3 Pro and the i10s will get that joke. I do it every video. And here is the drone itself. It's got no gimbal cover, it's just got a piece of foam there, which I think it's a huge disadvantage and probably should, but it seems to be a tougher build of a gimbal than most drones. The gimbal I think is the most fragile part, so I think that's what they needed to put a protection on. so I may search around the internet for one of those. It's also got a little cover on the black part there, but I don't know if I'll take that off. Let's just put that there for now. Straight underneath here, there's some props. I think that's 3 props. Then here's the remote. The remote is a big factor. I'll comment more on that soon. The charger here, just plain white, very elegant in my opinion. It's also got a V8 charger port on the bottom. You've got all your cables to connect your phone up to the remote. You've also got a V8 cord. I'm pretty sure it's an American connector on the end. Not a huge deal. And another 3 props. This does come out and messy box underneath, so we're going to put that back in. Another issue is you can see where the box has been damaged here, so I'm hoping nothing's happened to the drone in the shipping box. Yep. So the drone itself folds out simply like this. Bottom arm, back arm, and back arm. Now, sorry if you hear any background noise. Now, to do that, you just reverse it, do it the opposite way, so back arm, front arm to fold it back out. And it's a pretty decent size. It's a tiny bit bigger from the Mavic Air. I mean, Mavic Pro. Tiny bit bigger than the Mavic Pro. I don't have one to reference it right now. And a huge footprint compared to the Mavic Air. I'm not going to take off that gimbal cover quite yet. Yeah, let's take out the battery. It's got a pretty tight fit in there, which I do like. I can't find the capacity of these batteries on the battery itself, but I do know that the drone itself lasts at least 25 minutes, but you'll get 30 minutes out of it normally easily. It shoots in 4K 100 frames per second from last time I checked. I think it may do 4K 60 frames per second. It's either one of the two, but don't quote me on 100 frames per second. The drone does shoot 100 frames per second on the other hand, on 1080p. The drone's also basically an elegant white design with just singular red fimi logo there. And on the bottom it's just got this metal plate sort of thing. I don't know, yeah, it's definitely metal. And the drone's definitely a harder plastic. I was scared about the arms being floppier, but they're very sturdy. They're not gonna move at all. And it seems like a very hard plastic. It's also got the gold connectors in there, and normally with drones like this, that will be a real gold because that's more conductive. Fun fact. My 2 batteries. One thing I do like about the batteries is the buttons on the side. Seems like a very... The batteries on the side do seem like they will lock the battery into place, and it's a spring mechanism, not just bendy plastic. And I've got to admire them, that actually feels nice, and I didn't think I would comment on a battery feeling nice. The drone overall folded up is a bit bigger also than the Mavic Pro, which might be a disadvantage. Now, the remote itself stretches huge. It's big enough that you can slide an iPad in here if you want. It's got removable gimbal sticks. I mean, it's got removable sticks for your hands, sort of that you move the drone with, which are stored right here. Might be able to see that, might not. It's also got the return to home switch. Very nice feeling switches. It actually feels really high quality. On switch, so you just press it once and I'll show you the battery. It comes with full battery, which is actually quite a surprise. And then you press it down once and hold for the remote to turn on. Here, from what I know, is a programmable button, so you can program it to the gimbal to face it straight down or face straight up, or you can have it to different settings. On the back you've got 2 customizable buttons. Normally you'll have video and photo. And then here you've got to adjust your gimbal, which is a little twirly thing that doesn't go the whole way around. That's how I describe it, yes. And an exposure thing that's more of a clicky. Yeah. Now with this you will get 5 kilometers of range at the minimum. I have known that some of my friends who've got one have got their drone to go 7 kilometers, which is absolutely amazing for a drone. They did nearly lose their drone though, and it was out to sea and back. So if they had lost their drone, they would have lost it. On the bottom here, you can also see that there is a USB and a micro USB for charging and doing wired updates to the remote. Yeah, that is possible. I know, I'm as shocked as you. The remote is actually a pretty comfy design, but feels more like a video game than a professional drone flying remote. The drone also has a white little cover here where you would put the SD card and do wired updates to the drone, but you cannot charge the battery through there. Maybe you can, I doubt it. So let's show some B-roll and then we may get into some photos of flying it. I'm not completely sure yet.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright.
Okay, so overall, it's a great drone, and I feel so bad because I haven't uploaded in like a few weeks, and this is me recording the outro about like 3-ish weeks before, like after I had filmed that drone video. I won't show any videos now, but I will do quicker than what I've been uploading. I'll try to get back to weekly. A flight video of me flying it, testing out some of the features. We can also have a look at some of the footage. Now I'll show you some photos. I don't know why I paused there, I could have just cut it, but pretty cool. Great resolution, but you do have to have your camera settings dialed in. The drone has about 33 minutes battery life, which I absolutely love. Range, I normally in a very high suburban area can get about 2 kilometers out of it, which is amazing. It's better than the Mavic Air, the Spark. The Mavic Pro I don't think can quite go that far. It's got a better battery life than the Mavic Pro. It's got a better range than the Mavic Pro. The camera I don't think is quite up there with DJI's cameras. It's a lot cheaper than the Mavic Air. Although with the Mavic Air people forget to include that you also get a battery, all of this, but it's still about $200-ish cheaper. There will be a link to Banggood down below. I highly suggest getting it through them. They're going to be your quickest source. They're absolutely amazing. Peace in the Middle East. Subscribe for more. Message me if I don't upload weekly. And subscribe to PewDiePie.